Well, it is a new year and a new chance to get your finances in better shape. Here with some tips is Edgewood College professor Moses Altsek. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Well, thank you for having me.
Are you warmed up enough now?
Well, I'll tell you what, this advice is going to be pretty good for any of your viewers who survive the cold.
Okay.
And actually, some of this may apply to small businesses as well.
Okay, now the first one you're talking about, treat everyday shopping like a trip to the casino.
Yeah, you know, there's not a whole lot of people who go to the casino taking their entire life savings there.
Right.
And the people who do should not anymore. You know, most people set a limit. They take a finite amount of money. Once that's gone, it's gone. They don't spend any more. But people don't do that when they go shopping. You know, they figured, oh, you know, I shouldn't be spending this, but I gotta have it, or it's too good a deal. I'm gonna get that too. And they forget to set those limits. And it's important to set those limits if you want to have stable finances year round.
And that's a true test of will, to be able to set those limits and stick to it.
It really is. It's something you have to start with before you leave the house, even. So it's important to have that discipline.
All right. So then, putting purchases in perspective, I know I have a couple of friends who their vice in the mornings, they have to go and get coffee.
You know, a lot of people's vice is that.
That's
but you know,
uncommon.
most people would walk past I don't know, Williams Sonoma and see a $500 cappuccino machine and say, oh, that's too expensive for me. I would never spend that kind of money. But they spend $5 a day, every day, on a cup of coffee that they buy somewhere. If you actually do the math, you could get a cappuccino machine for home and one for the office and still have money left over. So it's really important to put your purchases into perspective. Very small expenditures really add up.
Okay, so the key is to add it up, really look long term.
Exactly. What are you spending year round, not just in a single day? Okay,
now take your own advice.
You know,
what does that mean?
especially now that it's harder to get credit, a lot of people may put their high school-aged kids or college-bound kids on their own credit card account and give them an extra credit card and say, look, this is for emergencies only.
Yes.
And yet they don't use their own credit card for emergencies only. If it's bad to get in debt, and you should only use it in case of emergency, if that goes for the kids, that goes for the parents as well.
And quickly, treat every season like it's tax season.
Yeah, you know, tax season, everybody scrambles to put their own receipts in order to make sure they get the most deductions possible. If we kept good records and if we kept track of our expenses year round, the amount of money we would save far exceeds any tax refund we'll ever get. So it's important to keep records and be organized, know what we're spending, and stick to that. That's the first step to establishing some financial discipline for individual consumers and for small businesses alike, actually.
All right, so stay focused and disciplined.
You got it.
Moses, thank you very much.
Well, it's my pleasure.